Have you ever wondered why some names are remembered for generations while millions of others disappear without leaving a single mark? It's not because they were the smartest. It's not because they had the most money. It's not because life was fair to them. It's because they were willing to take a step that everyone else was too afraid to take. Read that again in your mind. The difference between an ordinary life and an unforgettable one is often just one decision, one risk, one uncomfortable step, one moment where you stop asking, "What if I fail?" and start asking, "What if I never try?" Most people spend their entire lives trying to stay safe. Safe job, safe opinions, safe dreams, safe choices, safe routines. They protect themselves so much from failure that they accidentally protect themselves from greatness too. They wake up every morning hoping life will change while repeating the exact same habits that created the life they're trying to escape. Then they wonder why nothing happens. Nothing changes because they never changed. The truth is brutal. You cannot build an extraordinary life while making ordinary decisions. You cannot expect a legendary story if every chapter of your life is written by fear. Every person you admire has one thing in common. At some point, they walked into uncertainty. Not because they were fearless, but because they refused to let fear become their future. Think about it. Every dream you've ever had comes with a price tag. That price is discomfort. That price is uncertainty. That price is rejection. That price is sacrifice. And most people aren't willing to pay it. They want success without risk, confidence without failure, results without effort, respect without earning it. But life doesn't work that way. Life rewards courage, not comfort. Comfort feels good today. Courage builds a life you'll be proud of tomorrow. Ask yourself one honest question. When was the last time you did something that genuinely scared you? Not something reckless, something meaningful, something that could change your future, something that made your heart race because you knew the outcome wasn't guaranteed. If you can't remember, then you've probably been living inside a comfort zone that's slowly becoming a prison. The scary part about comfort isn't that it feels bad. It's that it feels good enough. Good enough to keep you from chasing greatness. Good enough to convince you that tomorrow is always another chance. But tomorrow isn't promised. Every day you delay your dream, someone else is working on theirs. Every hour you spend making excuses, someone else is building skills. Every minute you hesitate, someone else is becoming the person you wish you were. The world doesn't wait for anyone. Neither should you. You say you want success. Then why do you run away from the things that create it? You say you want confidence. Then why do you avoid situations that force you to grow? You say you want a different life. Then why are your actions exactly the same as yesterday? Your future isn't listening to your words. It's watching your actions. You don't become stronger by thinking about hard work. You become stronger by doing hard work. You don't become brave by reading motivational quotes. You become brave by making decisions while you're afraid. That's the part people don't like hearing, because it's easier to consume motivation than it is to apply it. It's easier to watch someone else's journey than to begin your own. But deep inside, you already know what you need to do. You've known it for a long time. You've just been negotiating with fear. You've been waiting for confidence. You've been waiting for permission. You've been waiting for the perfect moment. It isn't coming. The perfect moment is a lie. The people who change their lives don't wait until they feel ready. They move, then they become ready. Because action creates confidence. Waiting creates doubt. Remember this. If there's no risk in your step, there will be no story in your name. The people remembered by history weren't remembered because life was easy. They were remembered because they chose courage when comfort was available. And today, you're standing at the same crossroads. One path keeps everything familiar. The other could change your entire life. The choice has always been yours. Let me tell you something that most people will never admit to themselves. The biggest risk in life isn't failing. The biggest risk is reaching the end of your life realizing you never truly lived. Imagine yourself 20 years from now. You wake up, you look in the mirror, you see someone who spent decades playing it safe. You remember the business you want to start, the dream you wanted to chase, the opportunities you ignored, the conversations you never had, the chances you let pass because you were waiting to feel ready. And suddenly one question starts echoing in your mind. What if I had tried? That question is heavier than failure. Failure hurts for a while. Regret stays for a lifetime. People are terrified of losing. But do you know what's even worse? Never entering the game. At least the person who failed has a story. At least they learned something. At least they discovered what they're capable of. The person who never tried has nothing but imagination. Nothing but excuses. Nothing but "I could have." Don't become someone whose greatest achievement is imagining what life could have been. Become someone whose life proves what courage looks like. The truth is, nobody is coming to rescue you. Nobody is going to knock on your door and hand you success. Nobody is going to wake up every morning and fight for your dreams. That responsibility belongs to one person. You. The moment you understand that, everything changes. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation disappears. Discipline stays. Stop waiting until you feel confident. Confidence is earned, not given. Every confident person you see today was once uncertain. Every successful person was once ignored. Every leader was once unknown. Every expert was once a beginner. The difference is simple. They kept moving while everyone else kept doubting. You don't have to know every step. You only need enough courage to take the next one. Think about a child learning to walk. They fall again and again and again, but they never sit there and decide walking isn't for them. They stand back up, without embarrassment, without overthinking, without asking for permission. Somewhere along the way, we grow older and become afraid of looking foolish. We care too much about opinions from people who aren't building anything themselves. Isn't that strange? We let people who never chase their dreams decide whether we should chase ours. Read that again. You're asking for approval from people who gave up on themselves. Why? People will judge you when you start. People will judge you when you succeed. People will judge you if you fail. So stop making decisions based on avoiding criticism. No matter what you do, someone will have something to say. Let them talk. While they're talking, you should be working. While they're laughing, you should be learning. While they're scrolling through someone else's success, you should be creating your own. Your life is too valuable to be controlled by someone else's opinion. You weren't born to blend into the crowd. You were born with potential that demands action. But potential means nothing without execution. Talent means nothing without discipline. Dreams mean nothing without sacrifice. Everyone loves the idea of becoming successful. Very few people love the process required to get there. That's why success belongs to so few. Success isn't hiding from people. It's hiding from comfort. Every morning, life asks you one simple question. Will you choose comfort or will you choose growth? You cannot have both. Growth requires discomfort. Every single time. The workout burns. The business struggles. The study sessions are exhausting. The failures are painful. The lonely nights are real, but so is the reward. Every difficult day is building a version of you that easy days never could. Every challenge is preparing you for opportunities you cannot yet see. So don't run from difficulty. Run toward it, because on the other side of difficulty is the person you've always wanted to become. And that person is waiting for you to stop making excuses and start making decisions. There comes a moment in every person's life when excuses stop sounding convincing. Not to other people, to yourself. You wake up one morning and realize you've been saying the same things for years. I'll start next week. I'll start next month. I'll start when I have more money. I'll start when I have more time. I'll start when I feel confident. But next week became next month. Next month became next year. And next year quietly became another wasted chapter of your life. Time never betrayed you. You betrayed time. Every day gave you 24 hours. The difference was never the clock. The difference was what you chose to do while it was ticking. Some people build a future. Others build excuses. At the end of the day, both are built one decision at a time. Look around you. Someone is training while you're thinking. Someone is studying while you're procrastinating. Someone is risking everything while you're waiting for certainty. Someone with less talent than you is winning simply because they refuse to quit. Let that sink in. The world is full of people who were never the most gifted. They just became the most consistent. Talent can give you a head start. Discipline wins the race. You don't need another motivational video. You don't need another quote saved in your phone. You don't need another promise to yourself that you'll begin tomorrow. You need action, real action, the kind that nobody applauds in the beginning, the kind that happens when no one is watching, the kind that feels boring, the kind that feels repetitive, because that's where greatness is built, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. The champion is created long before the trophy is lifted. The successful entrepreneur is created long before anyone notices the business. The confident person is created long before people call them inspiring. What you're seeing today is the reward. What you don't see is the sacrifice that made it possible. People love results. Very few respect the process. But the process is everything. Every early morning, every late night, every rejection, every failure, every mistake, every lonely hour, every time you wanted to quit but didn't. Those moments are writing your story. Not the easy days, the hard ones. You keep asking life for bigger opportunities. But are you becoming a bigger person? Because opportunities don't just demand skill. They demand character. Can you stay disciplined when nobody checks on you? Can you keep working when there are no results? Can you continue after failing 5 times, 10 times, 20 times? Or do you stop the moment life becomes uncomfortable? The truth is harsh. Most people don't fail because life defeated them. They fail because they surrendered too early. They expected success to arrive quickly. When it didn't, they convinced themselves it wasn't meant to be. No, it simply wasn't finished yet. The road became difficult. That's all. Difficult doesn't mean impossible. It means you're finally doing something that matters. Nobody climbs a mountain expecting a flat road. So why do you expect your dreams to be easy? If your goal doesn't demand sacrifice, it's probably too small. If your dream doesn't scare you, it probably won't change you. Stop searching for shortcuts. Shortcuts usually cut short your potential. The long road builds strength. The hard road builds resilience. The uncertain road builds courage. And courage is what separates names that are forgotten from names that inspire generations. One day, people may look at your success and say, "You were lucky." They'll never see the mornings you didn't want to wake up, the nights you questioned yourself, the moments you fought through fear, the opportunities you created with your own hands. Luck is often just courage that lasted longer than everyone else's excuses. Remember that. You are not competing against the most talented person. You are competing against the version of yourself that keeps choosing comfort over growth. Beat that version every single day, because once you defeat the person you used to be, the world becomes much easier to face. Your greatest victory will never be over someone else. It will be over the excuses that try to keep you average. And when that happens, your story truly begins. Listen carefully. Your life is changing right now, not tomorrow. Not next month, right now, because every decision you make today is introducing you to the person you'll become. The question is simple. Are your decisions creating someone you'll be proud of, or someone you'll spend years trying to escape? Most people think success is one giant moment, one lucky break, one perfect opportunity, one life-changing decision. But success is usually much quieter than that. It's waking up when your bed tells you to stay. It's working when your friends are wasting time. It's studying when your mind wants entertainment. It's showing up on the days when absolutely every part of you wants to quit. That doesn't look exciting, but that's exactly what separates winners from spectators. Everyone wants the spotlight. Very few are willing to earn it in the dark. You cannot cheat the process. You cannot negotiate with discipline. You cannot convince success to lower its standards just because you're tired. Success doesn't care how you feel. It responds to what you do. Read that again. Success doesn't reward intentions. It rewards execution. Think about the strongest people you've ever admired. Do you think they became strong because life was kind to them? No, life tested them. Again and again. Every setback asked them one question. Are you serious about your dream? Or are you only interested when it's easy? Most people answer that question without saying a word. The moment life gets difficult, they disappear. Don't be one of them. Become the person who gets stronger when life gets harder. Pressure doesn't destroy greatness. Pressure reveals it. A diamond is created under pressure. Steel is forged in fire. Your character is built through struggle. Stop asking why life is making things difficult. Start asking what these difficulties are preparing you for. Every obstacle is teaching you something. Every failure is exposing a weakness you need to fix. Every rejection is building emotional strength. Every painful season is creating a stronger version of you. Nothing is wasted unless you refuse to learn. Some of you are waiting for your circumstances to improve before you start. But what if your circumstances improve only after you start? Think about that. Maybe the opportunity you've been waiting for is waiting for you first. Waiting for you to prove you're committed. Waiting for you to prove you deserve more. Nobody owes you success. Nobody owes you attention. Nobody owes you an opportunity. If you want something, earn it. Work for it. Fight for it. Become impossible to ignore. Because the world respects people who create value, not people who create excuses. There will be days when nobody believes in you. Good. Believe in yourself. There will be days when nobody supports you. Good. Support yourself. There will be days when nobody claps for your progress. Good. Keep moving anyway. Applause doesn't build champions. Consistency does. Stop looking around to see who's watching. The people watching won't live your life. They won't pay your bills. They won't carry your regrets. So why are you letting them control your future? The people who laugh today may ask you for advice tomorrow. The people who doubt you today may one day tell others they always believed in you. But don't work to prove them wrong. Work to prove yourself right. Work because your future deserves more than your excuses. Work because your family deserves your best. Work because the younger version of you believed you were capable of something extraordinary. Don't disappoint that version of yourself. One decision, that's all it takes to change the direction of your life. One decision to stop making excuses. One decision to stop fearing failure. One decision to take the risk you've been avoiding. That single step may not change your life overnight, but it will change the direction of your life forever. And sometimes, changing the direction is all you need to completely change the destination. There's a version of you that already has everything you're chasing. The confidence, the discipline, the strength, the respect, the success, the peace. That version of you isn't waiting for luck. It isn't waiting for perfect timing. It isn't waiting for someone else's approval. It's waiting for one thing, for you to stop living like the person you used to be. Every decision you make either feeds your future or feeds your excuses. There is no middle ground. Every hour has a purpose. Every habit has a consequence. Every choice is casting a vote for the person you're becoming. So ask yourself honestly, if you kept living exactly the way you are today for the next 5 years, would you be proud of where you end up? If the answer is no, then why are you repeating the same habits? Hope is not a strategy. Dreaming is not a strategy. Talking about success is not a strategy. Working is. That's why so many people stay stuck. They confuse wanting something with earning it. You don't earn success by wishing for it. You earn it by becoming the kind of person who deserves it. That means sacrificing things that feel good now for things that matter later. It means saying no when everyone else says yes. It means staying focused when everyone else is distracted. It means choosing growth even when comfort is calling your name. Understand this. Your competition isn't sleeping. Someone is reading another chapter while you're scrolling. Someone is practicing while you're making excuses. Someone is taking the risk you've been avoiding. Someone is building the future you keep saying you want. The world rewards action, not intention. Imagine two people standing at the edge of a cliff. Both are afraid. Both doubt themselves. Both wonder if they're good enough. One takes the leap. The other spends years thinking about it. Who has the better chance of changing their life? Not the one with fewer fears. The one who acted despite them. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's refusing to let fear become your master. Every successful person you've ever admired has faced moments where quitting seemed easier. The difference is they didn't stop. They understood something that most people never do. Pain is temporary, but the pride of overcoming it can stay with you forever. There will be mornings when your body feels heavy. Work anyway. There will be nights when your progress feels invisible. Keep going anyway. There will be weeks when it feels like nothing is changing. Trust the process anyway, because the greatest transformations happen quietly. A seed spends a long time growing underground before anyone sees a tree. Your progress may be invisible today. That doesn't mean it's not happening. Stay patient, but never become comfortable. Patience is trusting the process. Comfort is abandoning it. Know the difference. Life doesn't hand out extraordinary stories to people who avoid extraordinary challenges. Every unforgettable story begins with someone deciding to risk failure for something bigger than fear. Your name deserves more than an average story. Your future deserves more than average effort. Your family deserves more than average commitment. Most importantly, you deserve to know what you're truly capable of. Don't spend your life wondering. Find out. Take the step. Face the fear. Do the work. Earn the respect. Build the story. Because years from now, people won't remember how carefully you played the game. They'll remember the courage you showed when the odds were against you. And that's how a name becomes unforgettable. Before this video ends, I want you to make one promise. Not to me, to yourself. Promise yourself that when this video is over, you won't go back to being the same person who pressed play. Because information changes nothing. Action changes everything. You can watch 1,000 motivational videos. You can read 100 books. You can listen to every successful person on the planet. But if you refuse to move, your life will remain exactly where it is. Knowledge without action is wasted potential. Stop collecting motivation. Start collecting proof. Proof that you kept your word. Proof that you showed up when you didn't feel like it. Proof that you chose discipline over comfort. Proof that you became stronger than your excuses. The life you want is not waiting on the other side of another video. It's waiting on the other side of your next decision. You don't need a perfect plan. You need commitment. You don't need guarantees. You need courage. You don't need permission. You need responsibility, because no one is coming to save your future. That responsibility belongs to you. One day your children, your family, or the people who look up to you may ask what you did with your life. What story will you tell them? Will you tell them you almost started? That you almost chased your dream? That you almost became the person you knew you could be? Or will you tell them that you faced fear head-on, accepted every setback, and kept moving until your dreams became reality? Remember this. Comfort writes forgettable stories. Risk writes unforgettable ones. The greatest chapters of your life are not behind you. They're waiting for the version of you that's brave enough to begin. So when this video ends, don't close it and return to the same routine. Stand up. Write down your goal. Take the first step. Make the phone call. Start the business. Open the book. Go to the gym. Learn the skill. Apply for the opportunity. Do the thing you've been avoiding. Not because it's easy, but because your future is worth fighting for. Years from now, people won't remember how many times you were afraid. They'll remember what you built despite your fear. And more importantly, you'll remember. You'll remember the day you stopped making excuses. The day you stopped waiting. The day you decided that your dreams deserved more than your comfort. That day can be today. Because the difference between the people who inspire the world and the people who watch from the sidelines is often just one decision. One risk. One step. Never forget this. If there's no risk in your step, there will be no story in your name. But the moment you choose courage over comfort, the moment you decide that fear will no longer control your future, that's the moment your story truly begins. If this message gave you something to think about, and if it reminded you of the person you're capable of becoming, consider subscribing to the channel so we can keep growing together. If this video inspired you, leave a like so it can reach someone else who needs to hear these words today. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's the one risk you've been avoiding? And what's the first step you're going to take after this video? Your story doesn't start when life becomes easy. It starts the moment you decide that your dreams matter more than your excuses. Thank you for spending these moments with me. Now, close this video and go build a story that your future self will be proud to tell.